I've been investing for over 10 years now in a whole heap of things, but I mainly trade my own accounts now. But all my money that I'm not trading with, I have sitting in Vanguard managed funds because they just give the best returns in the world. And every time I mention Vanguard, people ask which funds, so I'll try and flick through a few. But basically, Vanguard have a heap of ready-made ETFs if you want to just put your money in a fund for them to manage. They range from conservative up to high growth. So the high growth one just has 100% growth stocks in it. Conservative ones have like 50% defensive, 50% growth. But then you can also put your money in their other diversified ready-made accounts, which they niche down a little bit into specific things. Like you can get ones that are just Australian shares. They have ETFs in infrastructure, and a good way to get access to property without buying a property if you don't have enough for a deposit or whatever is their property ETFs. This is also, I think, a good way to save for a property. If you think property's the way to go, but you can't afford to buy one, then if you have a savings account sitting there saving up for a property, I reckon put it into a property ETF through Vanguard. So the funds that I have, a couple of them just to diversify my exposure outside of the US and Australia, basically, is one called Vanguard FTSE Asia ex-Japan shares index. That's basically my exposure to the Asian market. I then also have one called Vanguard FTSE Europe shares, which is my exposure to Europe. Then the ETFs I have with them, one's Vanguard International Small Cap Index Fund, and that one basically tracks the return of the MSCI World ex-Australia small cap companies, and that's done 10% over the last 10 years, which is a great investment. I also have Vanguard Global Value Equity Fund, which actively manages global companies that demonstrate value characteristics, apparently. That hasn't been open for 10 years, but their 5-year return is 18% average per year. Their previous 12 months is 16%, so that does really well. And the last one I have is Vanguard International Shares Index Fund, which tracks the return of the MSCI World ex-Australia Index because Australian stock market doesn't grow very much. And that's done 13.3% in the last 10 years, which is a really good investment. The last couple of years, it's done very well, up to, I think, last year done 28%. Last 3 years, 22%. So that is a very good fund to be invested in. But yeah, that's basically where I have my money sitting. Instead of being in a high interest savings bank account, I basically use Vanguard as my high interest bank account. And that's where all my money sits that I'm not actively investing or trading myself.